Every man loses power, but the worst part, most men don't even realize it's happening. You think power is about dominance, muscles, money, or being the loudest in the room. But Stoics knew better. Real power has nothing to do with what you control outside. It's about what you control inside. Your thoughts, your emotions, your reactions, and today. I'll show you 10 ways men silently give away that power. Every single day. Once you see these, you'll start noticing them everywhere. In your words, your habits, your relationships, and you won't be able to unsee them again. Let's begin. The first way men lose power is by overreacting to disrespect. Someone says something that bruises your ego and instantly you explode. You think you're defending yourself, but you're really showing them exactly where to hit you next time. Because when you lose control of your emotions, you hand them the remote to your peace. A Stoic man doesn't fight every battle. He knows not every insult deserves his energy. Sometimes silence hits harder than shouting. When someone tries to provoke you, they're not attacking your worth. They're testing your composure. And if you fail the test by reacting, you show them your weakness. Real strength isn't in the punch, it's in the pause. Remember, this calm is not weakness. Calm is control. The second way men lose power. Seeking validation. Every like, every view, every text reply becomes a measurement of your worth. You post to impress, you talk to get approval. But here's the truth: every time you seek validation, you're letting strangers decide how you should feel. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Ambition means tying your well-being to what others say." Think about that. You could be having a great day until someone doesn't respond the way you hoped. Then suddenly your peace is gone. You've given them your emotional remote control. Stop asking the world for permission to feel good. You don't need applause to know your value. The moment you stop chasing validation, you become the validation. The third way: arguing to win. We all did. Someone disagrees with you and your ego jumps up like, I have to prove I'm right. But the more you argue, the more energy you lose. You're not convincing anyone. You're just draining yourself. Stoics understood this perfectly. They didn't argue for victory. They sought understanding. When you argue just to win, you reveal insecurity. When you listen, stay calm and let truth reveal itself. You dominate in silence. Because nothing disarms arrogance like composure. The next time someone tries to bait you into an argument, don't fight, observe, smile. Let them burn their own energy. That's how you win without fighting. The fourth way men lose power. Letting rejection define them. She didn't text back, you got ignored. You got ghosted, and suddenly your entire mood collapses. You start overthinking, what did I do wrong? Was I not good enough? But here's the thing. Rejection doesn't define your worth. It reveals your attachment. You didn't lose value, you just lost someone who couldn't see it. A Stoic man doesn't chase what leaves. He honors what stays. When someone walks away, it's not the end, it's redirection. You're being guided towards someone or something that actually matches your energy. Pain isn't punishment, it's proof you cared. And when you care without losing yourself, that's power. The fifth way: over-explaining yourself. You know this one. You send long paragraphs explaining why you didn't reply right away. You say sorry too many times. You justify your choices as if you need permission to exist. But here's the truth: over-explaining is a form of begging for approval. You don't need to convince anyone of your intentions. If your actions are consistent, say what you mean what you say. Then stop talking. Your silence carries more authority than your explanation ever will. Because real confidence doesn't beg to be understood. It simply acts. The sixth way: trying to fix everything and everyone. You see someone in pain and your instinct is to fix them. You want to be the savior, the healer, the one who makes it all better. But sometimes that's not your role. When you try to fix everyone, you end up breaking yourself. A Stoic man understands that compassion doesn't mean control. You don't have to carry someone's storm to show you care. You can be supportive without being consumed. You're not here to save people. You're here to inspire them to save themselves. Be the calm presence they can rely on, not the hero who loses himself in the rescue. That's true strength the seventh way. Forgetting your mission. You meet someone new and suddenly your goals fade into the background. You skip the gym, you stop learning. You stop building, you trade your vision for comfort. But comfort kills purpose. Seneca wrote, "He suffers more who expects nothing to happen." Meaning when you stop striving, you start dying slowly. Your mission must always come first. Because a man without purpose becomes lost in pleasure. And the world doesn't respect lost men. Women are drawn to men with direction, not men waiting for approval. Don't make her the center of your life. Make her part of a life that already has meaning. The eighth way men lose power reacting to tests. She pulls away, she flirts with someone else. She questions your ambition. You get triggered, you snap back. You argue, you sulk? Congratulations, you just failed the test. Women don't test you because they hate you. They test because they want to feel your strength, your groundedness, your emotional maturity. If you lose composure every time, you show you're not stable. A Stoic man doesn't react. He observes, he breathes. He responds only when necessary and always with control. When she pushes your buttons, smile. Stay calm, let your energy speak louder than your words. Remember, the mountain doesn't move when the wind blows, and the man who can't be shaken becomes unforgettable. The ninth way, tolerating what drains you. You stay around people who gossip, complain, and pull you down. You scroll endlessly on social media comparing your life to strangers. You stay in relationships that exhaust your soul. Why? Because you're afraid to be alone. But every time you tolerate what drains you, you tell a life, I'm okay with less. You're not meant to carry dead weight. Stoic discipline isn't just about self-control. It's about self-respect. When you stop entertaining negativity, you start attracting peace. And when peace becomes your standard, chaos no longer feels familiar. And finally, the 10th way. Men lose power apologizing for having standards. You want loyalty, peace, and respect. But the world calls you controlling. You want a feminine woman. They say you're toxic, you want solitude. They call you antisocial. But don't shrink to fit other people's comfort. Having standards doesn't make you difficult. It makes you rare. You're not asking for perfection. You're asking for alignment. And alignment is the foundation of peace. Never apologize for expecting what you also give: loyalty, effort, energy, and respect. The moment you stop apologizing for your values, you become untouchable. You stop attracting chaos and start drawing in people who match your energy. Now let's bring it all together. Power isn't about controlling others. It's not about shouting louder or having more followers. Power is mastery over yourself, your reactions, your emotions, your words, your time. When you stop giving those away, everything changes. Your relationships shift. Your confidence grows and people start respecting you. Not because you demanded it, but because you've become the kind of man who doesn't need to ask. The calmest man in the room always holds the most power. Because calm means clarity. Clarity means control, and control is the essence of true masculinity. So remember this: don't react. Respond, don't chase. Lead, don't beg. Become, be calm. Be grounded, be unshakable. That's the Stoic way. That's how you reclaim your power.